Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. In the upcoming week of The Young and the Restless, viewers can expect emotional turmoil and power plays to take center stage. Sharon Newman, portrayed by Sharon Case, finds herself spiraling mentally. She wakes up in disarray, so she questions her own reality. Kyle Abbott, played by Michael Mealer, faces accusations of ego-driven decisions, and Summer Newman, played by Allison Lanier, struggles with feelings of professional insecurity and jealousy. Meanwhile, Victor Newman, brought to life by Eric Braeden, continues his manipulative games, and he gives his son Adam Newman, portrayed by Mark Grossman, control of Newman Media. But this move doesn't go unnoticed by the rest of the Newman family on Young and the Restless. Particularly Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinel, and Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott. They voice their concerns and displeasure about Victor's decision on the CBS soap opera. As the week progresses, tensions continue to rise, and Audra Charles, portrayed by Zuleika Silver, becomes more entangled in the professional and personal drama. The Newman family has apprehension about the future, and Sharon's deteriorating mental health promise a week filled with suspense, intrigue, and high-stakes drama. Get all your daily Young and the Restless spoilers and news here at Soap Dirt, and stay tuned for updates on your favorite characters' fates. Next week on The Young and the Restless, Geno City is anything but peaceful. With secrets unraveling and tempers flaring, the residents will face emotional avalanches, and not everyone will survive the fallout unscathed. At the center of the drama are Sharon Rosales, spiraling as old trauma resurfaces, and Kyle Abbott, whose bruised ego drives him down a dangerous path. For weeks, fans have noticed cracks forming in Sharon's calm facade. After months of quietly supporting others, Nick, Faith, Maria, while running Crimson Lights like a well-oiled machine, Sharon seemed the very picture of grace under pressure. But underneath her composed demeanor, grief, guilt, and exhaustion have been building like a tidal wave. A visit to Ray's grave is the tipping point. What begins as a quiet moment of remembrance spirals into a tearful breakdown when Sharon finds herself talking to him out loud, more than just a few words. She pours out every regret, every fear, every lingering pain. Her voice trembles as she confesses she hasn't truly moved on. Ray's death wasn't just a loss, it left her unmoored. And with Faith preparing to leave for college again, Sharon feels like she's losing her purpose all over again. The scene is raw, emotional, and deeply revealing. For the first time in months, Sharon lets herself grieve, not just for Ray, but for Cassie, for the years lost to mental illness, and for the life she thought she would have. Back at the coffee house, Sharon snaps at a concerned Tessa, startling even herself. Maria intervenes and is stunned by her mother's erratic behavior. "I don't know who I am anymore," Sharon whispers, breaking down in her daughter's arms. Still reeling from Summer's quiet rejection and Claire's growing closeness to Harrison, Kyle is a man on edge. His confidence has always been his armor, but with both personal and professional battles brewing, the cracks are showing. Next week, Kyle lashes out, first at Audra, then at Summer. At Chancellor Winters, his recent merger proposal is sidelined, and he blames Nate. The confrontation is explosive, with Kyle accusing Nate of jealousy and manipulation. "You think just because you're the golden boy right now, you get to sabotage my ideas," Kyle hisses. Nate, cool under pressure, warns him to check his attitude before it costs him more than his pride. Instead, he doubles down, throwing himself into work with reckless ambition. He pitches a high-risk venture to Jill, believing it will cement his place in the company. But when Jill hesitates, Kyle's bravado turns venomous. "I'm an Abbott," he declares. "You should be thanking me for trying to save this company from mediocrity." Back at home, Summer watches Kyle's descent with growing alarm. Though they've kept things civil for Harrison's sake, she can't ignore the way Kyle's behavior has changed. His resentment over Claire's bond with their son, his barbed remarks about her new independence, and his increasing arrogance worry her deeply. "You want to be a good father, Kyle? Start by being a good man," she snaps. "You're not entitled to everyone's loyalty just because your last name is Abbott." Kyle retaliates with a cruel jab about Summer's failed fairy tale with Chance. The fight is ugly and overheard by Claire, who takes Harrison out of the room and later tells Summer she's worried about his emotional environment. Seeing his ex-wife fall apart and his son heading toward disaster, Nick is forced to juggle two emotional powder kegs. After checking in on Sharon and witnessing her vulnerability, he takes a step back from Newman business to be there for her. But when he sees Kyle berating a Crimson Lights employee, Nick doesn't hesitate to confront him. From his perch at Newman Enterprises, Victor is observing everything and quietly calculating. He sees Kyle's instability as both a liability and an opportunity. With Adam off the radar and Victoria focused on personal issues, the mustache knows a power vacuum is forming, and Kyle, hungry for validation, might be the perfect pawn. As the week draws to a close, Sharon's condition worsens. She cancels appointments, forgets tasks, and finally disappears for a night, prompting Mariah and Nick to launch a search. They find her at the lake house, barefoot, sitting by the water's edge, staring into nothing. Meanwhile, Kyle, furious that his venture has been formally rejected, storms into society, drunk and loud. He makes a scene, humiliates himself, and lands on the front page of GC Buzz. Next week, Sharon and Kyle both stand on the edge of very different cliffs. For Sharon, it's a reckoning with grief and identity. For Kyle, it's a dangerous descent into arrogance and self-destruction. Will someone reach them in time, or are they destined to crash?